BFM 89.9, I'm Audrey Raj with your World Cup Quickie. 62 matches have come and gone, but the biggest one is yet to come. Monday morning, 3 a.m, Germany versus Argentina. Now, you can expect that there will be many sleepy heads in the office on Monday morning, and of course, while the others crawl their way to the clinics to get an MC. But our neighbors in Singapore, they've got a really cool plan for this. Some schools are apparently making concessions to have their students come in a bit later so that they can watch the World Cup finals. How cool is that? The Serangoon Gardens Secondary School, they're allowing students to report at 11 a.m. instead of 7 a.m. and go home at 5 p.m. instead of 2ish, just so that they can watch the World Cup finals that morning. I'd want to go to school like that, wouldn't you? Many don't know what to expect from the final on Monday morning. Will it be a repeat of Germany's 7-1 mauling of Brazil? Or could it be a boring defensive display that runs into extra time and penalties like the Argentina-Holland match? Angel Di Maria is trying his best to be back for that match. You know, he's injured his thigh but could make the subs bench for the final. Javier Mascherano is expected to play in that match despite tearing his anus during a tackle on Arjen Robben during the Holland semi-final. Yes, the things you do for your country, you give them your heart, your body, and your anus. There's also the third place playoff on Sunday morning between Brazil and Holland. Who will be the better loser? Will Brazil redeem themselves? Tell us what you think in the comments down below. So enjoy the weekend, enjoy the great matches. It's the final 2 matches of the World Cup. We'll be back on Monday morning with the results and your winner of the FIFA 2014 World Cup. But first, here's Melisa Idris.
Thanks, Audrey. Thanks, my girl. I can be better if I want to. BFM 89.9. Good morning. I'm Melisa Idris. Welcome to BFM Morning Headlines. Today is Friday the 11th. It is 7:11 today. But looking at the papers today, the front cover of The Star is Lovers on Drug Charge. Now, this is about the mysterious death of Estonian model Regina Susalu, and she died under mysterious conditions at Pulau Rawa in Johor, and her boyfriend is Tengku Alang Reza, who is Johor royalty. Today's angle is that it's been discovered that the couple had previously a drug charge against them. They had pleaded not guilty to the case, and the case is pending investigation still. So I think all these things are coming to light after Regina's death was highlighted in the media. Funnily enough, her death happened about a week before any of the papers actually picked it up. So that bodes the question, was this intentionally suppressed from the media, or was the media a bit slow in picking up a story like this? Moving on to New Straits Times and Malay Mail, they have somewhat similar front covers. I'm going to show you there. We'll go in one by one. NSE's front cover gives space to the central bank's decision to raise the overnight policy rate by 25 basis points, taking it all the way to 3.25%. And that, according to Malay Mail, is the first time they've done so in 3 years. They've held it steady since 2011. And analysts are forecasting that car purchases and housing could be hit the most because consumers like you and I will probably put off spending on big ticket items like that with the interest rate going up. But what's interesting to me is this picture on the front covers of Malay Mail and NST. It is, in my opinion, a somewhat condescending picture of Prime Minister Najib with the homeless. He's visiting the homeless here. He says this was an impromptu visit. If you can see, this is the Minister of Women, Family and Community Development. That is Dato Sri Rohani Karim. And she's famously said in the past weeks that not to spoil the homeless by giving them free food, and that tourists are also sneaking up on free food lines in the soup kitchens in the city. And now she's with Prime Minister Najib pointing at some sleeping homeless on the floor. A bit of a funny picture, I think. A bit strange. Both NST, Malay Mail and Utusan has gone with this very planted picture. I'm not sure. I don't know. It feels very condescending to me. You know, people watching over people sleeping like that, pointing, and then looks on their faces. I'm not sure what to read into this. Is this genuine concern or is this a photo op? My question of the day. Also on the front page of Utusan is this other big story that's covered only in the Malay papers. Ramadan berdarah di Palestine. Also, Sinar Harian has Hujan Rocket, and Berita Harian front page is Azab di Bumi Palestine. So what's happened is they're talking about the Israeli violence against the Palestinians. So far 21 lives have been taken in last night's air raid. So Malaysia will continue to support Palestine according to the Prime Minister, and he has launched a Tabung Prihatin Gaza. In a weird departure from the three main stories today, the Sun has gone with Typhoon Yoguri in Japan. Now yes, the typhoon did hit mainland Japan and there were several fatalities, but it's a bit strange for them to be focusing on this. I'm surprised no one put Bung Mokhtar on the front cover of the pages, because I thought that deserved some front page real estate space, but BFM did. So if you want to know more about that, make sure you catch today's episode of Kupas. So I apologize for the past couple of weeks I have not been giving you word of the day. So today I'll make up for it by giving you 2 words of the day. These words were somewhat new to me, so I had struggled to come up with the English translation, but I think I'm going to do them in Malay. Now the first word is gelangdangan. This actually means homeless in Malay. I never knew that, gelangdangan. And the second word of the day is azab. Now, azab means loosely translated punishment or suffering, and I think the 2 words can be used together and can be used separately. So, you know, it correlates. So, azab, gelangdangan, azab. You never know. And that's all we have for you this week. Come back and join us next week for more morning headlines. We'll get you caught up with all the stories in the main papers, and I'll leave you with that. So have a great weekend, guys. I'm Melisa Idris signing off for BFM Morning Headlines, BFM 89.9.